Your brain is lying to you every single day, and the scariest part, most of the time, you believe it. You take those thoughts as facts. You build your entire reality around them, and you never stop to question if any of it is actually true. That voice in your head, the one that wakes you up at 3 a.m. replaying a conversation from 3 years ago, the one that tells you people are judging you, the one that says you're not good enough, not smart enough, not ready. That's not always you. And once you understand what it actually is, you'll never think the same way again. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brain was never designed to make you happy. It was designed to keep you alive. That's it. Survival, not joy, not peace, not confidence, just survival. And that one fact explains almost every mental battle you've ever had. Thousands of years ago, the humans who assumed danger were the ones who survived. If you heard a noise in the dark and assumed it was nothing, you might not make it to the next morning. But if you assumed it was a threat, you ran. You survived. You passed on your genes, so your brain evolved to expect the worst, to scan for threats, to imagine every possible way things could go wrong. That worked perfectly in the wild, but today, you're not being chased by predators, you're sitting in your room, and your brain still reacts like your life is on the line. That's why you feel anxious before a conversation that hasn't happened yet. That's why you imagine worst-case scenarios when someone doesn't text you back. That's why you assume people are judging you when you walk into a room. That's why one negative comment stays in your head for days while 10 positive ones disappear in seconds. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. The problem is, the world changed, your brain didn't. And this is where overthinking comes from. People think overthinking is a sign of intelligence, that you're just being careful, being thorough. But overthinking isn't logic. It's fear wearing a disguise. Every time you overthink, your brain is trying to protect you from a threat that usually doesn't even exist. You're not solving problems. You're running simulations of disasters that will never happen. And the more you do it, the more your brain treats those simulations as real. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between an imagined threat and a real one. It just reacts. There's a powerful idea from a book called The Courage to be Disliked. It completely changed how I understand the way the brain works. And once you hear this, you'll start questioning everything your mind tells you. It says, your past does not determine who you are. Read that again. Your past does not determine who you are. Not your failures, not what someone said to you, not the worst thing that ever happened to you. None of it determines who you are right now. Because here's what your brain does. It takes an experience, something that happened once, and it turns it into a story it tells you every single day. You failed once, so your brain tells you that you're a failure. Someone rejected you once, so your brain tells you that you're unlovable. You made a mistake, so your brain tells you that you're not capable. But those stories aren't facts, they're interpretations. And interpretations can be wrong. Your brain took one data point and built an entire identity around it. That's not truth, that's a glitch. So when your brain says you're not good enough, that's not reality, that's conditioning. That's years of patterns your brain built to protect you. When your brain says nobody likes you, that's not a fact. That's a prediction based on fear. When your brain says things will never get better, that's not wisdom. That's a survival mechanism trying to keep you from being disappointed. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. And that distance between you and your thoughts, that's where your freedom lives. And once you understand this, everything shifts. You stop treating every thought like a command. You stop letting fear make your decisions. You start realizing that the most convincing thoughts are often the least true. The brain is loudest about the things it's most afraid of, not the things that are actually happening. So here's what you start doing. Every time a thought hits you hard, you pause and you ask yourself one question. Is this real, or is this just my brain reacting? Is this actually happening right now, or is this a story from the past playing on repeat? You don't have to fight the thought. You don't have to believe it either. You just have to create space between the thought and your response. That space is where you take your power back. Your brain's job is to protect you. It will never stop scanning for danger. It will never stop telling you stories. That's not going to change. But your job is to decide what's actually real. Your brain gives you the signal. You decide what it means. That's not something your brain can do for you. That's the one thing only you can do. If this shifted something in you, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.